by far my favorite station.
You're the best.
Oh, yeah. I love you guys.
This is UK Talk Radio, with the music you love and the chat you enjoy.
Today on UK Talk Radio, it's a pleasure to talk to Matthew Kenslow. We're talking about his book, Unstoppable. It deals with Matthew's battles during his childhood and teenage years because he was autistic, lack of understanding from other people, and not giving up on his lifelong dream to become a teacher and a worldwide influencer. Matthew, this is a fantastic book. It's a great read. It's called Unstoppable. So tell me about the moment when you decided to write the book.
Toward the end of my student teaching in late 2022, I was reflecting on my entire journey as a student teacher, the rigor of it that all of us teaching candidates faced, as well as the additional candidates or the additional challenges that I faced as a person with autism. Yet by this point, I knew I was going to get the credential. I was that confident. And so I figured that my story could be an encouragement to aspiring teachers or any profession, disability or not. And I chose the title Unstoppable because I believe that I kind of bit personify the definition, if you will, because I believe nothing's going to stop me, not even the trials of autism.
I mean, that's a very positive approach and a very positive way to channel something into your book. Now, throughout the book, you talk about overcoming verbal discrimination and other challenges. What was one of the most toughest moments that you faced, and how did you manage to persevere through it?
There's been many tough moments in my life, some more than others, but one of the biggest tough moments that I've had in terms of discrimination was occurred on August 12th, 2022. And I was coming out of a convenience store and a person started to talk to me, call me names and such, and tried to gaslight me. And I said, well, have a good night. And because I just had to leave at that point, I didn't want to pursue. So I left and he started to cuss at me a couple of times. And so I turned around and I was about to defend who I am as a person with autism, but before I could really say that in a loving way, he picks up his skateboard up by his shoulders and starts sprinting at me. And at that moment, I had three things to do, three choices, and the results didn't seem pretty, but I just froze right there. But by a miracle, there's a police officer that happened to have seen that and got on his loudspeaker and stopped that guy before he came to me. And I think that was the closest to possibly being beaten for having autism. But I guess I overcame stuff like this because I process it in my mind. I talk it out. I talk it out to family and close friends, and then I forgive. And I don't hate these people, and I hope that they have a better life where they're not teasing people. But I think forgiveness is a key of overcoming.
I think you're right, and that's very powerful and not easy for you to take on, or for anybody to forgive. It's never an easy thing to do, but you've done that, and it's obviously helped you greatly. In Unstoppable, you mentioned using various things which are cathartic, such as art, such as juggling, and you also played the piano to help you navigate your experiences. So could you elaborate on how these activities have shaped your approach to dealing with those challenges?
These indeed have been my catharsis since elementary school, juggling, art and such, and playing piano. And when I'm doing these activities, it's like an escape from the realities of the day. And like art, you could go anywhere in the world or history, just drawing different things, naturescapes, and juggling and playing piano has their flow to them. And it just gave me something to do. And then it gave me opportunity to make friends because I entered the talent show and everything. And then later I came up with a juggling analogy that I tell students that if anything drops in life, pick it back up and keep going.
Wow, that's a powerful story from your own experience. Now, you obviously like writing, and creative writing has played a significant role in your journey, as you've indicated in the book. How has the writing process helped your experiences, and what do you hope readers will take away from your storytelling?
Well, the writing process is also a catharsis, but helping me personally, it's kind of a way to process things by putting it to words on paper. And what I hope people could take away is that um, I'm writing about things that happen in my life, the good things and the bad things. And I believe it's a story of perseverance and that I'm not giving up even with the bad things. And I hope that people, one of the things that people could take away is that disability or not, anyone could do whatever they set to their heart and mind to do as long as it's practical.
That's a powerful message and a powerful experience that you have gained, and you've definitely done this yourself. You've used these things to shape your life for the better. Now, you're currently a substitute teacher and you've impacted many students. Can you share a memorable teaching experience where you felt you made a significant difference in a student's understanding and acceptance of diversity?
There's been many memorable moments, but a couple of the biggest moments that stick out are these. I was subbing a third grade class at Mariners Elementary nearby, and I dismissed the students for second recess in the early afternoon, and one of the students stood behind us, or one of the students didn't go to the recess and wanted to talk to me because she knew I was a writer, she knew I had autism, and she knew that I was speaking my story to the world. And she was just talking to me for like 15 or 20 minutes just on how admirable that is. And she was relating that to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And some 60 years ago, because of him, this student is now friends with a person who is African American. And she said that both of them wouldn't be the best friends that they are if it wasn't for Dr. King. And she was saying that likewise, she thinks that it's good that I'm helping to spread inclusion for people with autism. And something else real quick is last Christmas, I was at Target and I just checked out, and there's a woman that stayed behind, and she stopped me and said, "Hey, you subbed for my sixth grade daughter last year, and I want to let you know, is also on the spectrum, but now she believes that she could do what you set your mind to because you were there and made that difference to her."
That's interesting, isn't it? Because you could look, or some people could look at, and obviously discrimination of any kind is not good, but you've been able to turn it around and had a powerful influence. So if you hadn't have had autism, these people's lives would have been affected in such a positive way. So that's an interesting thing that comes over in the book. It also, in the book, it touches on not being given a full range of opportunities because of discrimination. So how do you think society can better support individuals with autism in achieving their full potential in education and employment?
Something I've been noticing is, the spread of awareness. And with awareness, there's more acceptance. And with more acceptance, there's more inclusion. So I see that society is going in that track where there's a lot more inclusion and something that we teachers call differentiated instructions, like helping all people learn and based on their interest as well. So with education, I believe people could continue to be on the path of success if they have opportunities like extra time in tests and exams, and that's what helped me. I had RSP, which stands for Resource Specialist Program, throughout school, and speech therapy, and that just provided an extra resource. I was a part of the disability services in my college and university, and it provided opportunities to help us succeed. As far as employment goes, I'd summarize by saying that employers should give people a chance and to work with them and to allow them to have communications, ensure that they understand the protocol of the job, and just have that flexibility, but give them that equal opportunity.
And you mentioned that in the employment sense. Do you think generally, from your own experiences, that people are understanding autism a lot more, or do we still have a long way to go on that?
Well, honestly, in my observation, it seems like it's heading in the right track. My first employed job that I had was at the OC Fair, and there were other people who had disabilities, and they gave us a chance and helped us succeed in that.
So that's a positive message. And what message do you hope to spread about autism and discrimination through Unstoppable? And what plans, future plans, do you have for advocating this cause?
My main message is, like, disability or not, anybody can do whatever they set their heart and mind to do, as long as it's practical, as long as it's your passion. Just go for it. And with autism or any type of disability, it may take longer than most of your peers. And I just say, don't try to be someone that you're not. Like, if people could get college done quicker than you, like, don't get discouraged, because some people just need to take time for themselves. Like learn to go through things instead of around things, and take advantage of any resources. But importantly, just be yourself. And I believe that you could go far in life if you take on that mindset. As far as future plans to advocate the cause, I will continue to spread my message on social media like YouTube and TikTok and Facebook and such, Instagram, as well as invest in PR and advertisements to get my message like in more news media, radio and television and magazines and such, just to continue to advocate the cause. And then lastly, in my local area, I do volunteer assemblies for students. I've already spoken to over 8,000 students, about 500,000 to go. And I talk to students about autism awareness and acceptance through juggling and other things.
Wow, that's a very worthy things that you do, and very worthy goals that you've got there to help other people. Most important question, just to round off, where can we get hold of a copy of Unstoppable?
Unstoppable could be ordered on Amazon or Barnes & Noble. I believe it could also be ordered on any bookstore or library. As far as like going on Amazon, I would put Unstoppable Matthew Kenslow, because there's a lot of products called Unstoppable, so that'll make it easy to find.
Thank you, Matthew. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you, and it's a fantastic read. I do recommend Unstoppable, which is available on Amazon. And as Matthew said, do type in Matthew Kenslow. That's Matthew Kenslow. And it's been a pleasure to talk about a book which has a very positive outcome. It's called Unstoppable.